Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Bark About It. Today's show should be entitled Let's Bark About It and Meow Too. We have with us today Lori from Superior Street Cats. Lori, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us here.
So Superior Street Cats is an organization that was recently started in Thunder Bay. Can you tell me why?
We have a real need to do something with the feral cat population. We have probably about 8,000 feral cats in Thunder Bay.
Wow.
So we needed to do something to control that.
Okay. So you're affiliated with Animal Services. Tell me how
Yes.
that was started.
Emily Hopkins was our founder, and she got the program going. We work along with Animal Services. They help us. We have access to their donation fund, and we help identify the colonies through Animal Services.
Mm-hmm.
And when cats are trapped and neutered in our program, if they're picked up by Animal Services, then they're identified by their clipped ears so they can be returned back to the colonies.
Okay. So Animal Services, being that they service the city, will identify where the cat colonies are located?
They pass people on to us, yes. If they know that there's colonies, people will contact Animal Services quite often and say, we have feral cats living in our backyard that we've been feeding and they keep reproducing. Can you do something to help us?
Okay, so maybe just give me a little bit of a rundown as to how that plays out. So once you're contacted, what does your team do?
What we do is people either they go through Animal Services or they email us. We contact them and we find out how many cats they have. Do they have an established feeding schedule for them? We usually go and visit the colony to see how many cats are there and how they live. And then when we have a date for the vet, we set it up to go and trap, and away we go.
So you will actually trap the feral cats out of the wild, bring them in?
We trap them. We use humane traps. We trap them and we hold them in a secure place until we can get them to the vet, which is usually within a day or two at the most. Then they go to the vet. The vet fixes them, gives them their vaccinations, usually antibiotics as well, to make sure that they heal well. And we keep them for another couple of days to give them a chance to heal, especially if the weather's not that nice. And then we release them back to the colony. So
you release them back into the wild. Can you tell me why?
Yes, because cats are very territorial, and they hold their colony that way. If you keep taking the cats away, a lot of people think that if you trap them and take them away and have them put down, it solves the problem. But the cats just keep coming back. More cats just keep moving into the colony. If you put the cats back, they hold the colony. They hold their place, and then they just slowly die of natural causes. We've seen that actually at the colony where I work. It's the cats we used to have about 12, and now we're down to about 6, and there's been no new kittens, no new cats coming in.
So the other thing too is that they can't be domesticated.
No. Most of them are very feral. Some of them are a little friendlier than others. But they've lived their whole lives outside, most of them. So they're not really good candidates to be adopted out. So if they're just trapped and taken to Animal Services, like they used to be, they end up being put down.
Because they can't be adopted out.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so Superior Street Cats was started and it was a pilot project.
Yes, it was a pilot project and we did it for 6 months.
Yeah.
And we did quite well. We did I believe we did 103 cats in the first 6 months. And to date, we've done about 153.
So how would you assess the impact of that work on the city and the colonies in town?
Well, it's made a big difference. I'm sorry, I can't think of the exact statistics of what it's done because it's not always just up to us. It's not just our program that's affected. It's also the rescues as well.
Right.
But it's made a large difference in how many cats have been euthanized.
Right, and I know that Animal Services numbers, their euthanization numbers have very much declined.
Dropped dramatically, yes, they have.
Which is great.
Yes.
Right? So you work with some of the rescue groups in town. So tell me about that in the work with the
We work
kittens.
with Caring Hearts. Cat Rescue helps us out quite a bit because often we go to colonies and there's a lot of kittens. And the kittens are too small to be fixed.
Right.
So if we leave them behind, we try to go back if we can, but quite often, you don't always get everybody. So Caring Hearts has come in several times and taken a lot of the kittens out. And they've been able to rehome them because they're small enough to be domesticated and to be adopted out.
young enough to be socialized.
Exactly.
And you were telling me a story about pregnant moms that you would find too, correct?
Quite often there's some pregnant moms and very pregnant moms. And Save a Stray, Terry has taken in some of the pregnant moms.
Yeah.
And he's let them have their babies, and he's found homes tries to find homes for the babies and mamas. Usually he's got a lot of the mamas still in his home, but he tries to adopt them out too.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you work with a number of different rescues in town.
Yeah, it's very nice. I mean, it's so disheartening if we just had to walk away from all these cats.
Right. So tell me, how do you get involved with this project?
You can email us at superiorcats@hotmail.com. Or you can contact Animal Services and they'll put you in touch with us. And we're also having an open house on March 4th at Animal Services.
At Animal Services, March 4th. What time is that?
It'll probably be between noon and 4.
Okay. And so people can come and join and basically find out information as to how to get involved.
Exactly. And there's all kinds of things to be involved. You can do trapping, you can do caring for the cats, you can do fundraising, build winter shelters, all kinds of things, because not everybody wants to trap. Some people only like to care for the cats. We have wonderful ladies that come and feed and clean the cats while we have them in our care.
Oh, wow.
All different things that you could do.
Do you have foster placements for that time when they're healing?
No,
or?
we have a holding area.
Okay.
And the cats are all kept in the holding area, and we have people that come in, who will come in the morning and afternoon and at night to make sure that they're fed and clean.
Okay.
And that everybody's healthy and, no problems.
So the trapping, so you can volunteer to trap these
Yes.
cats that are then brought to be fixed. Tell me a little bit about what you would do as a volunteer in that position.
As a trapper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because trapping cats is not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. We usually go out, we find out when they usually feed the cats is the best time to go. We've asked them not to feed the cats for several days, which is really hard on the caretakers because you got these little faces looking at you.
Of course, yeah.
So we go out with our traps and we fill them with tuna or sardines and whatever means we can get the cats in and wait for the cats. And a lot of times it's sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
And returning back to the traps.
Returning back to the traps. We never leave them unattended. We're always within earshot of the traps.
So just to clarify a bit, these are live traps.
Yes.
They're very humane. Do you want to tell me a little bit about the traps just for our viewers?
Yeah, it's a box trap. One end is hitched up on a trigger, and when the cat goes in, it steps on the food is put up on a little pedestal, or a little lever, pardon me. And as soon as the cat steps on the lever, the door closes behind them.
Great.
And then we quickly go and we cover the cat with a blanket to keep them calm, because of course they panic a little bit sometimes. They don't know what's happened to them. Other cats just keep eating and they're just happy they're finally got fed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you, Lori. We're going to be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.